Hi, I'm Barbara O'Mara, artist. This is all in art. Art for everyone. You don't need art materials. You don't need to have any experience. Today is World Earth Day and we're going to make an earth painting. So you just need some nice paper or cardboard. I'm using some lovely eco-friendly paper here that actually has some ink on it from my own painting, but you can use cardboard, nice card or soft paper. I'm going to use materials that we have around the house, in the kitchen and in the garden. So I have brown sugar, coffee grains, some cinnamon, some tarragon herb, some spirulina, which I had in my juice this morning. These are dried lemon verbena leaves, and I have some charcoal here. For the glue, I'm going to use some maple syrup. You could use honey. You can make a paste of flour and water. You could also use an eco-friendly PVA glue or a glue stick. Also handy to have is a large dinner plate, a couple of spoons and some tissue. And as usual, I'm working just in a tray here. And I'm going to just separate the page into 3 or 4 different areas. The first thing I'm going to do is put some of my maple syrup on the bottom. Now I'm going to take my cinnamon. I left it in the container because it has a sprinkle. I'm just going to sprinkle it onto the page. Just try and cover all the area. So if you gently lift your page then over your dinner plate and just tap any excess cinnamon off. So now I'm going to paint the next area. I'm going to make this a different shade, just roughly looking like a landscape. I'm going to use coffee grains for this. These are organic coffee grains that I get from a lovely Italian shop. But you could use anything you have at home. Also have some brown sugar here, so I might sprinkle a bit of that in. So if you're a messy person like me, you'll want this loose. But if you're sort of a precise person, you might like to do proper straight lines and have your colours. So I'm going to lift the page very gently now and tap the excess again onto the plate. Now I'm going on to the third area. And I think I'll try a little bit of green colour for this. So I have this lovely tarragon. A sprinkle on. So I'm going to use the open wide setting. You don't need to be careful with this, just go for it. You will have areas maybe where it won't stick as well, but if you want to get messy, you can press down with your fingers, or you can use a piece of tissue on the back of the spoon. Again, I'm going to lift and just tap off any excess. So this is looking pretty nice now. So I think I'll try my spirulina from my juice this morning. It's a nice green shade. So I'm just going to sprinkle this in here with the brush. And that will move the charcoal around as well. Maybe a little bit in here as well to fill in any little gaps or where you can see the lines on the page. I'm now sprinkling some oats on the top of the page. You could use anything. You could open a tea bag and use the tea leaves, some dried leaves from the garden. I have my faithful helper, Lady T. For the last bit now, I'm going to put in some lovely dried lemon verbena from my garden, which I usually use in my bath. And you can't get a sense of this on video, but the smell from the painting is absolutely gorgeous with the cinnamon and coffee and lemon verbena. You might need a little bit of glue for this part just because these are quite thick. You could also add in a little bit of torn tissue just to give a bit of different texture. And I have some beautiful flowers here from a climber in the garden, just dying off. I'll just add a couple of these in. There we have our beautiful earth painting. And the reason I used all the ingredients that were natural and organic is I'm going to gift this back to the earth. I have a spot in the garden where I'm going to place this in the earth and it will all just dissolve back in. This is all in art. I'm Barbara O'Meara, artist. Today is World Earth Day and I wish you a happy Earth Day and enjoy making your earth paint.